grew up in Auckland, did all my training, my secondary school training. Then I did my primary dental degree in New Zealand, in Otago. New Zealand is it's a bit like Newcastle, except it's a bit quieter. Great beaches and definitely all blacks. All blacks. I find that job quite fascinating and quite satisfying in terms of, at the later part of the treatment when you try to just get that final touch and in achieving what they want. Often you see the shock initially because they've been committed to having treatment for about 1.5 to 2 years already. Initially you get that transition from shock to gratification. But the parents are usually really happy, but the patients, you can see in their face without words that initially it's more of a shock than the smile afterwards. When I have an apprehensive 11-year-old sitting in my chair, I will introduce myself and we just have a chat and explain everything to the parents, to mom and dad, and they like to know what to expect and the reason why you propose such a treatment. And the bottom line is it's understanding the problem and then whether you're comfortable with that solution. So I've been with Hunter Valley Orthodontics for about 18 months now. I work both in Newcastle and also Warners Bay. Both I and Dr. Cheney see patients in Newcastle. It's been quite enjoyable working in this environment. We all end up with the same result, but obviously because of our different backgrounds, we can sort of communicate and get the best result at the end. Especially when there's a difficult case, that we can help out each other in terms of conversing, and it all really comes down to a benefit for the patients. I lived in Sydney for about 4 years. I worked there for about 2 years in teaching at the university part-time and while working in private practice. It's good in a way you tend to pass on little tips and tricks to the dentist-to-be, passing that knowledge to someone who's going to appreciate it and helping them out, become confident and in doing what they're doing. I lived in Perth for about 5 years. In that duration, so during that time I did my degree in orthodontics and also then continue on finishing off my PhD. I grew up in Taipei till when I was about eight. Then we moved to New Zealand with my parents. In terms of conversational language, it's actually I can speak Mandarin quite fluently. So the way to say good afternoon in Mandarin would be 午安. It's very brief here. It comes down to the reason why I chose orthodontics is it's quite a gratifying profession because I feel that I achieve something at the end that I'm both happy and my patients gratifying for. Yeah, so I think that's very important. Yeah.